And we're back to learning Adobe Illustrator, and this time I'm going to show you how to create an area graph. As far as I know, we don't have an extension for that, so the only way to do it is to do it manually. Use the Bezier tool, hold Ctrl, click 2 times to have this line, press Ctrl D, use the cursor tool, click on it again, rotate it while holding Ctrl. I reposition that, and I've got the snapping enabled. I want to have snap to paths as well. Let us resize that a little bit to the right side. Now I press Ctrl D and I drag copies to the top, holding Ctrl. Once you've got all of these horizontal lines that you want to have for your data on the left hand side, just select them all, then go to Object, Align and Distribute, and use this distribution function. So if you don't need specific values on the x-axis, you don't have to repeat that with the vertical line. But if you have, just press Ctrl D on it, copy it a couple of times, and then use the distribution again. So it's the same process, and it gives you this design, and we can work with that. Now use the Type tool and add text for your values on the X and Y axis. For example, the year at the bottom. Let us do that. Simply Ctrl D and copy that. And then press T for the Type tool, click on the element and you can adjust it and change the value. Let us repeat that for the y-axis. Now we create the areas within the graph. Just use the Bezier tool, and the snapping helps you if you've got snap to path active. When you've arrived at the right hand side, go downwards until you hit the x-axis, go to the left, and then close your path. Hold Shift and get rid of the stroke, and then give it a fill color. When you want to create the next area, just go down for the first time with the opacity. That way you can still see these coordinates, and it makes it a little bit easier. But the process is the same from now on. I'm going to create 4 datasets here in total, so 4 areas. Once you're done, just select it all and then increase the opacity, put it to 100 again. If you want to create a legend, just use the rectangle tool or Control to drag a rectangle. Press Ctrl D to copy it. I've got 4 areas, so I need 4 of them. I've used the default swatches here, so it's easy for me to give it the right color. If you size it up and down, always hold Ctrl. And now use the Type tool and give that names. I'm just going to call it data A, B, C, and D. Just use the alignment as well and distribute it properly for the legend. I'm not going to go over this here as it's just repetitive. But maybe you want to cut it on the right hand side because these lines exceed our areas. The easiest way for us to do that is to use the rectangle tool and then drag a rectangle just like this. Then select it all, right click and set a clip, and the lines on the right hand side are gone. If you want to do that at the top, let me show this as well. I'll just press Ctrl Z. I'll resize it. But now I have to reposition the legend, so let me put the rectangle to the bottom. And I'll put that down. Make sure you put the rectangle on top again. then select it all, once again right click set clip. And this is how you can create an area graph in Inkscape. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.